7 years, that's how long Call of Duty Mobile has survived on the same engine, while newer games launch and die around it. Some players think switching to Unreal Engine 4 or 5 is as simple as pressing a button. Instant better graphics, every problem fixed overnight. But what if that's one of the riskiest decisions a live service game could ever make? Stay with me, because the reality is far more complicated than most people think. Let's break it down. COD Mobile was originally built on Unity, and over 7 years, TiMi Studio has stacked hundreds of updates on top of it. New maps, weapons, operators, game modes, entire systems layered one on top of another. So today's COD Mobile isn't just Unity anymore, it's 7 years of development built on top of Unity. Now here's what most players get wrong. They think a game engine is only responsible for graphics. That's not true, and this is where the real problem starts. A game engine is the foundation of the entire game. Movement, gunplay, physics, animations, audio, user interface, matchmaking, networking, hit registration, performance, all of it runs through the engine. Now here's where it gets serious. Imagine Activision decides to move all of that to Unreal Engine 5. Sounds exciting on paper, but this is exactly where most people underestimate the cost. And once you see what's actually involved, you'll understand why this decision could make or break the entire game. Developers can't just transfer the files and call it done. Almost everything would need to be rebuilt or heavily reworked, piece by piece. Every multiplayer map would need to be reworked again, from scratch. Weapon animations and visual effects would have to be recreated, all of them. Movement mechanics would need to be tuned again because what feels right in Unity won't automatically feel right in Unreal. Physics would require extensive testing, and the multiplayer networking system would likely need major changes just to hold up. And here's the part that makes this even harder. The game would have to be fine-tuned again for thousands of different Android and iOS devices, a process that alone could take years. But there's something bigger at stake than just development time. COD Mobile is a live service game with millions of active players logging in every single day. Completely changing the engine could introduce massive bugs, performance issues, compatibility problems, and update delays that stretch on for months. That's not a small risk. That's a risk that could damage the entire player base. And that's exactly why most long-running games never fully replace their engine. Instead, developers keep improving what already exists through gradual upgrades, rendering improvements, and performance updates over time. Now, does that mean Unreal Engine is bad? Not at all. Unreal Engine 4 and Unreal Engine 5 are incredibly powerful, capable of handling everything from movement and animations to physics and modern rendering at a much higher level. But having a better engine doesn't automatically mean an older live service game should switch to it. In fact, rebuilding a 7-year-old game on a completely different engine can require almost the same amount of work as building a brand new game from zero. Which brings us to the more realistic scenario. If Activision ever does move toward Unreal Engine, it likely won't be a switch for the current COD Mobile. It'll be an entirely new Call of Duty Mobile title, built fresh. So here's the final answer. Yes, technically, it's possible to move COD Mobile to another engine. But from a technical, financial, and business standpoint, it's extremely difficult, incredibly expensive, and would take years to complete. In most cases, building a brand new game makes far more sense than rebuilding an existing one from the ground up. Now I want to know what you think. If Activision announced a brand new Unreal Engine version of Call of Duty Mobile, would you play it? Or would you rather see the current COD Mobile keep receiving upgrades and refinements instead? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.